Hashmalum awaits in the graveyard of airships. This is the Final Fantasy Tactics All Archers Challenge Run. And you can see I'm scuffling around with where to put Ramza, where to put Chamberlain, Surge. I'm trying not to get them blocked by the mast of the airship here, which I'm presuming is in the middle, and we finally decide to go for it. Hashmalum is the final regular Zodiac demon. He's who Vormob will turn himself into after a short cutscene at the beginning of this fight. And he has, notably, an ability called Spell. It's an ability called Spell, or probably a spell called Spell. That just puts stop on guys. It just stops your guys. And so you'll see us kind of really desperately trying to pour damage into Hashmalum as fast as we can with everything we've got in this fight. This one turned out to be pretty interesting, I think, and it really came down to the wire. And despite all of my finagling, that's all we get is a straight line of guys. With all of my painstaking shuffling, we have a straight line. So, there you go. And I hope you enjoyed that one final Zodiac Demon transformation. And there is Hashmalum, who wants to get more blood for the reincarnation of Saint Azura. And so he thinks that spilling our blood will help bring Saint Azura's spirit into the body of Alma, who is Ramza's sister down there, that unconscious form you see. And here comes Spell. Roar, roar, roar. Stop, stop, stop. Boom. 3 guys stopped. So that just leaves my 2 randos to fend for themselves here. Now, luckily, they're not blocked somehow by that mast in the middle of the ship. I don't know if that mast doesn't count as an obstacle, or we just have very lucky line of sight. Seems like every random tree and rock in this game has given me trouble. Now, these guys are using the attack wait trick to get a lot of extra hits in before Hashmalum can go again. He went up there first, and so his CT went down to 0. These guys are taking advantage of keeping their CT higher by waiting. So now he's going to come up, though, and we are all lined up for whatever fresh hell he decides to deliver. And indeed, that fresh hell is called Quake. So here's Quake hitting all 5 guys, 3 of whom are stopped. And we have a couple of speed saves here. Sadly, no speed saves from the stopped characters. And he cannot do the plink and wait trick. He has to move into Hashmalum's range to attack him. And now that we're moving and attacking, we can't get the bonus actions quite so much. So he will do the wait trick, but it won't be enough to get him another turn. It will be enough for us to have another Quake to eat, though. And that's going to be all some of us can handle. So there goes Stop, though. Stop has worn off of 2 characters, so now we're up to 3 viable attackers. Orlandu not so great on the compatibility to Hashmalum. Ramza doing his best to try to revolve Alma, so we're having this conversation mid-battle. And I'm hoping that this means that he is below some certain threshold of HP. That's my hope with this fight. So I've got to move again. So I have 3 characters. 1 more Quake will just about take us out. Or it certainly will take us out. So what are we doing? He goes for the stop spell again. So instead of hitting us with Quake, he goes for stop spell. So there must be something in his AI that if there's nobody stopped and he gets an action, he must go for that spell ability, which is really great because he could have just ended this fight right there. But he let us fight another round, And that was just enough to take him the rest of the way out. And he decides we need even more blood, but maybe it's his blood. So he just kind of like stabs himself with his own hands. Blows himself up. And there's his Zodiac Stone falling to the ground. But it appears that that was enough to do it, because there is Saint Ajora right there. So Alma is no more, and Saint Ajora has been resurrected here in the graveyard of Airships. Stay tuned for the final battle of the Final Fantasy Tactics All Archers Challenge coming up next.